Okay, so today we are going to do lab number 9. It is building a decade counter using Arduino Uno and a 7-segment display. So this objective, the objective of this experiment is to interface a 7-segment display with Arduino Uno. So before we start the lab, we will do a very brief discussion about 7-segment display. So I will use a PowerPoint slide to go with the topic of 7-segment display. So I think it is a very common display that is used in many electronic devices to display information. Seven-segment displays. This presentation will demonstrate how a 7-segment display can be used to display decimal numbers 0 to 9 and some alpha characters. A common anode 7-segment display works, how a common cathode 7-segment display works, and how to select the register value for a 7-segment display. And if you look at the picture at the bottom, lots of use of 7-segment display. A 7-segment display, sometimes in short we call SSD, is simply a figure 8 groups of LEDs. Some include a decimal point. Each segment is labeled A through G. Look at over here: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and some 7-segment display has a decimal point DP. 7-segment displays are available in two configurations. One is a common cathode. The common cathode method, look at the common cathode method, the picture over here. Okay. All LED cathodes are connected together in common cathode method. And in the common anode method, all LED anodes are connected. So this is the common anode configuration, and this is the common cathode configuration. So these are the things we can display: decimal digits 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and these alpha characters can display. The important point to note over here: some segments are active or on, and some segments are off. Okay, red color they are on, and white color they are off, and it makes a different digits or alpha characters. So we have a sample message that is displaying over here called Shoda. Okay. So by this way, you can display some messages by the 7-segment display. So let's see what is the basic LED operation. To understand how a 7-segment display works, we must review how an LED works. To turn an LED on, look at over here. This is the anode. Positive side is the anode. Negative side is the cathode. The anode must be at a higher voltage potential, close to 1.5 volt, than the cathode. Okay. Why 1.5 volt? Because that's the voltage drop over here. Okay, if you apply some voltage on the cathode, a voltage drop appears over here. Okay, so anode must be a higher voltage potential, close to 1.5 volt, than the cathode. The amount of current flowing through the LED will determine the brightness of the LED. How much current is flowing, that will determine how much bright the LED is. The amount of current is controlled by a series resistor. That's not shown over here. Okay. So current flow determines that how much bright the LED is, and we control it by a series resistor. This is a common anode configuration. Anode at 5 volt. Look at over here. This is the positive side anode. That is it, 5 volt. So top circuit switch at 5 volt. Okay. LED is off. You see, this is 5 volt. The switch, top switch at 5 volt. So in that case, the 5 volt and 5 volt, certainly it will turn off the switch. Look at over here. The anode must be at a higher voltage potential than the cathode. So condition does not satisfy, the LED will be off. Now if we place the switch at bottom side, look at over here, switch at 0 volt, switch at 0 volt. In that case, certainly satisfy the condition to turn on the LED. Anode is at higher potential, it is 5 volt and it is 0 volt at the cathode. So bottom circuit, the LED is on. Anode at 5 volt, cathode at 0 volt. The 220 ohm resistor controls the current. We have used a resistor of 220 ohm that controls the current to the LED. A larger resistor, less current, LED will be less bright. A smaller resistor, more current, a brighter LED. So look at over here. This is the common anode configuration. 5 volt make it off, 0 volt make it on. Now we have a simple example over here. Common Canode 7-segment display. Now look at the connection, and the question is, what value would be displayed in the common anode 7-segment display? Look at over here. This is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And in common anode configuration, when the cathode at 0 volt and anode at 5 volt, then that LED will be on. So when this is grounded, look at over here. This segment G is grounded, so it is on. Segment G is on. Which are grounded? Segment F is on because it is grounded, and segment this particular segment E is not. Segment E is off. Segment D is off. Segment C is off. Segment I think no. Segment C and B, they are on. Segment A is off. Segment A at 5 volt, so it is off. Segment B, C, both are grounded, cathode side, so that is on. So B, C and F, G, they are on, and other they are off. So that's the scenario. Let's see what happens in this configuration. Look at over here. B, C, F, G, common anode, 0 volt segment is on. So those segments are on, and 5 volt segment A, D and E, they are off. So segment B, C, F, G, they are on, other segments are off. So it makes 4. Okay. Any question? Have you understood the operation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the common cathode configuration. Let configuration for the common cathode. Cathode at the ground. Look at over here. Just opposite things of the common anode. The top circuit, switch at 5 volt. The switch at 5 volt. You see. So anode side at 5 volt, cathode is grounded. Common cathode, that means cathode will be grounded. So anode at higher potential, the LED is on. Anode at 5 volt, cathode at 0 volt. The 220 ohm resistor controls the current. A larger resistor, less current and demand LED. A smaller resistor, more current and brighter LED. Now if you do the switch on the bottom picture, switch at 0 volt, the LED become off. Okay, because it does not satisfy the condition to turn on the LED. So let's see the picture of common cathode. Just opposite of the operation of common anode over here. 5 volt makes the common cathode on and 0 volt makes it off. Okay. So let's see the example. So what value would be displayed in the common cathode 7-segment display shown? Now you tell me. So I am giving you the floor. Look at the picture and tell me what value will be displayed. Look at it over here. 5 volt make it on in this case. No, look at over here. 5 volt, yes, 5 volt make it on and 0 volt make it off in the common cathode. So which are 5 volt? A, B, they are 5 volt. C is not 5 volt, okay? A, B, D, E, and G. Okay, they are 5 volt. That means they are on. Otherwise, on or off. So let's see. A, B, D, E, and G. You see, that's on segment. A, B, D, E, and G. And all other off. C and F are off. Okay, they are grounded. You see, these two are grounded only. C is grounded. C is grounded. And if you look at over here, F is grounded. Okay, so C and F are grounded, so they are off. And A, B, D, E, and G, they are at 5 volt. Okay, so they are on. So it makes a 2. So this is the way you display different character. You turn on and off a particular LED of 7 segment, and a particular message or character can be, or number can be displayed. So now we will consider the resistor value for the 7 segment display. The resistor value determines the amount of current that is flowing through the LED in the 7 segment display. This is why they are sometimes called current limiting resistors. The amount of current determines how luminous or bright the LED will be. If the resistor is too large, current will be too small and the LED will not be visible. If the resistor is too small, the current will be too large and the LED will be damaged. So you must pick up the right value, okay, so that you don't damage the LED. Also at the same time, right brightness or luminous should be achieved. So how do you select the current value? You must read the data sheet for the 7 segment display that you are using. Look at over here. The diagram below is a single segment of a common anode 7 segment display. The voltage across the LED when it's on is 1.5 volt. Okay. So using Kirchhoff's voltage law, we know that the voltage across the resistor is 3.5 volt. Look at over here. 5 volt minus the voltage drop across the LED, that's 1.5 volt. So what voltage you get in a Kirchhoff's voltage, I think voltage law? 5 minus this voltage drop, what remains? 3.5 volt. So voltage across the resistor is 3.5. So thus using the Ohm's law, you can calculate the value of the resistor if you know the current that is to flow through the LED. So resistance that we need to pick up can be found by dividing that 3.5 volt divided by the how much current is flowing. So while we can get the value of the current, look at over here. This is the LTS4801JR. This is the number or identification number of the common anode 7 segment display. Okay, and this is the plot of luminous intensity versus forward current. Okay, that comes from a data sheet of this LTS4801JR, common anode 7 segment display. So in your case, what is the 7 segment display that you are using? So depending on the display, from the data sheet, you will get the graph. Okay. So let's arbitrarily pick a luminous intensity of 1.5. 1.5, that's not too bad, not too dim. From the graph, we need a current 115 milliampere. Look at it for here. If you look at the graph, for that luminance, we need 15 milliampere. So using Ohm's law, R equal to 3.5 volt. That is voltage across the resistor divided by the current 15 milliampere. And if you calculate, it becomes 233.33 ohm. So you need to take closest standard value. Probably you not get exactly 233.33 ohm in the market, and this is common value that you can get in the market, 220 ohm. Closest standard value you need to pick up. Okay, so that's a way to calculate the amount of what will be the resistor value to get the right brightness for your 7-segment display. So we are doing an example. Calculate the resistor value required to have a luminous intensity of 2.5. So we need to get a luminous intensity of 2.5. So we need to find out what is the corresponding current for it. 25. If you look at the graph, at 2.5 intensity brightness, the current, this is the amount of current we get from the graph, 25 milliampere forward current. So from the graph we need a current of 25 milliampere. So in the Ohm's law, the resistor value is 140 ohm and the closest 150. So you need to just pick up the closest standard value that is available in the market. So that's the theory behind your 7-segment display. Now let me increase the size of your left sheet font size. So now by this time we have very good idea about the 7-segment display, how it works. Now we'll design our system. Now as the main brain of our system, we are going to use the Arduino Uno microcontroller board that we have used several of our labs. We have finished earlier, and already are familiar with this microcontroller board. And also you'll find again a brief discussion about the board over here. So I think I can safely forward because already you are familiar with these things. Again, a brief discussion on your left sheet of the 7-segment display. Okay, and finally you have how to write the code. Okay, the code has been given. It is a pretty long code. Look at over here. For display 0, which segment you want to make high or low is defined over here. So we write a routine by switch statement. So I will use a loop, okay, to display different number. So to display 0, I think you need to make which segment you need to make off. This is, I think, middle segment. Middle segment will be off. To display 0, this G segment will be off, and all other will go on. So let's look at the code. So only one segment G is off. Look at over here, and otherwise all other segments are on. So similar way to display 1. Again, which segment will be on? B and C will be on. All other will be off. So to display 1, B and C is on, all other off. So this is the way you can display any number or character on 7-segment display. Now today, since by this time you have a very good idea how to work with the 7-segment display and how to write the code using Arduino Uno, the code is given in your lab sheet. Now those who are using the Tinkercad to do your lab, you can directly use the code that has been given in your lab sheet. But as I have mentioned that if you use Proteus flowchart method, life becomes much simpler. That's when designing a complex display system or algorithm by 7-segment display is a very simple job or few lines of code in Proteus. So I will display I'll show you how to use Proteus to design the system with very less effort. That means it will be a very quick job in Proteus, and define we can easily manipulate. Okay, so let's use Proteus. Let me give you a demonstration how we can use Proteus to design this system in a very simple way. So let me run Proteus. So Proteus is starting. This is the splash screen of Proteus. This is the first or main interface of the Proteus. So from here we'll pick up new flowchart. So it is initializing the project wizard. So let's give the name for our project. Let's say MAS Lab 9 7-segment display. Okay. So again, Arduino family, we are using Arduino board over here. If you use define microcontroller, you can pick up from here. And this is the compiler or visual designer for Arduino as well. So let's click next. Now if you click the finish button, then it will open up the design window and the flowchart window. So this is a design window with the Arduino Uno, and this is the visual designer. So in the visual designer again, let's just increase it a little bit and arrange this setup part. Left side, this is the loop part, and let's bring it a little bit on top so that you can see. So this is the coding, that is visual coding, graphical coding over here, and this is the Arduino Uno. So we need to add 7-segment display. So let's go to the visual designer, right click the peripheral, add peripheral. So there are lots of peripheral over here. Let's find out what is the 7-segment display. Breakout peripheral. No, it is not over here. Let's group peripheral. Yes, I think in group peripheral we have found a 7-segment display. Okay, look at over here. Group 4 digit display module. I think it is a group of 4 digits you can display. Okay, look at over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it comes in a module. This I think widely used nowadays. I think there are 4 digit or 4 character or 4 symbol you can display together by using a single device. Okay, so we will pick up this one. So if you look at the design window, this is our 4 7-segment display we have used. And the best thing, only one pin you need to connect. Okay, look at over here. Part reference, okay. GC1, okay. Connection. D2, okay. So I think they have done the connection automatically for you. Okay, and now only you don't need to do any change over here. Just go to the coding. Okay, so it's we are going to display different number 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9. So let's use I think a variable assignment. Define a variable integer. Let's say define a variable I and initialize with the variable with a 0 value. And for the display part, I think I need to initialize the display. So we'll do the initialization just only one time, and also we'll set the brightness over here directly from here, only one time. Because throughout our I think operation, we'll keep the brightness same. If you want to change the brightness for different digit, then you need to in the loop you need to include this block. Okay, so this is the bed. I think there's connection was not proper over here. Let me just fix the connection. Okay, so brightness, there are three different brightness has been given: bright, darkest, bright typical, and brightest. So let's go for the bright typical. So we have initialized our 7 display. We have set the brightness. Next, just display. Okay. So to display, I think what you need to do, I want to run through a loop. Okay. In the loop, we need to test whether we have displayed all the numbers or not. So let's pick up a decision block. We'll display 0 to 9. So in the decision block, we check that condition I less than 10. That means I start from 0. I start from 0. So 0 to 9 it will continue. So 0 to 9 will be displayed. Then again 0 to 9. This decade counter. So 0 to 9. So I start from 0 and less than 10 minutes it will count up to 9. So if the condition is true, then we display that digit. So let's use the display block. And what position? Because there are 4 7-segment display over here. First, this gives the position 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Like if you look at the designer, if you look at over here, first location is position 0, then position 1, 2, 3. Okay. So at what position you want to display? Let's say first location you want to display position 0, and what value you want to display? The value of I. Okay. So after displaying the value 0, you want to display 1. So how to do it? You increment the value I by 1. So again use an assignment block and you do the increment I equal to I plus 1. Okay. So increment I by 1 to go to the next digit. So next time it will display 1. Again next time it will display 2. It will continue till 9. When 9 will happen, what will happen? The condition will get false next time. That means when I value will be 10, the condition will get false. So when the condition will get false, we need to we need to reset the value. So how to reset the value? Again, use an assignment block. When the condition becomes false, you reset the value of I to 0, so that You start from the very beginning. 0 to 9, again 0 to 9. So when the condition is false, okay. So when the condition is false, again you receive the value of I to 0, again it will display from 0 to 9. And we need to give a small delay, otherwise it will be very fast to visualize what is happening. So how much delay want to give? Let's say 1 second delay. We want to visualize very clearly, okay? 1 second delay after every digit display. Okay, I think let me save the project, file, save project. Now let's simulate it. Okay, let's simulate. Now just click the simulation button or play button at the bottom. So it will compile your project. Still it is compiling. Yes, I think completion process is completed, and now it is simulating. Look at over here, 0, 1, 2, we have given 1 second delay, 3, after 9 again it will start from 0. So it will continue again and again until you power it off. Okay, to make it faster you can reduce the delay. Okay, if you reduce the delay over here it will be faster. Just reduce the delay over here, then the counting will be a little bit faster. Or if you want to delay, increase the time over here. So this is the way I think you can use Proteus to design a system, and you can easily display different character, different symbol. Because if your project is a bigger project and lots of information you want to display, I think it will be a tedious job, okay, in conventional programming, because different way, different character you want to display. In Proteus, I think it gives an easy method or easy way to fine tune or quickly display the information without any hard work. So if you use Proteus, then I think this is the way you can do. And if you use Tinkercad, then that's the way that is given in your lab sheet, you can continue. So now you start your lab, and if you use Proteus, go with the method that I have shown to you, and those who want to use the Tinkercad, then you use the code that is provided in your lab sheet.